Legends of Fantasy Football League post-draft part show. Take one.
Take one, and welcome back to another video for the Dynasty League. Awesome draft that we just got done with, and looking forward to how this season's going to play out. How do you feel about your team, Michael?
I think I did okay. I'm not real excited about it, but I did okay. I think I'm good. I went youthful. I got the Leonardo DiCaprio 25 and under kids in there.
He likes the young ones.
Yeah, for the football players, that is.
Yeah.
And my women, but not too young. Okay.
See, I went on the other end of the spectrum. I feel I went very old. I've been known to go after the MILFs and the Cougars. They're better. And actually, it turned out that that's the way the board kind of fell. I actually have a very, very old team. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a recap for everybody's draft right now. And the phone lines are open, so feel free to call in. And we're going to be taking callers as well. How do you feel about that, Mike?
I think that's going to be exciting. We've never done that before.
Ever.
But first, we're going to take care of a little business. Christian, you want to tell them about the taxi squad?
Yes, okay, so when you pull up your app and you click on team, that is your team, not matchups or anything, click on your team. On the very top, you're going to see in bright, bold, red letters, it's going to say your team has got 4 players over the roster, which is actually not bad because you're supposed to be
quite alarming.
It is very alarming. So what that is you got to take 4 of your players and move them down to the TX, the taxi squad. Those are 4 players in their first 2 years of the NFL program. So take the youngest players that you got that you know you won't be starting on the week 1 and just move 4 of them down. You're going to remove the whole bright red lettering of your, 4 roster.
And that's like the practice squad for the newbies. I mean, you can take kids up and move them up to your roster if you want to play them, but you cannot put a veteran down there. So players in the first 2 years only can be on there. So everybody's going to have rookies because those people you drafted 28 to 32 are mostly rookies, most likely.
Yeah, every single person is going to have that alert on their team that they're four roster spots over. So just find your youngest guys that you're not starting week 1. Just move them down there, and then you can start sculpting your lineup.
I think we should be taking a call here pretty soon.
We should be. Let's take a look at the. We don't have any call-ins yet, but we could start talking over the.
Did you send a text out?
No, I did not. But we're figured. Okay.
Text Daniel. That's what we're supposed to do. He said I had it queued up, but it's okay. We're here live, and when things are live, they don't always go smoothly as planned, but we've got all the bells and whistles here to go.
Sometimes we're on the same page, and sometimes we're not on the same page.
You should have had a text ready to go. Okay. So
Started
anyway,
off hot.
We're going to talk about some of the players here. We got a live chat from Aleko. Aleko says, who is Catch These Balls? He liked the guy, he thought you picked a great roster, and you had a lot of young players. And I think, Aleko, to respond to that, Catch These Balls is Zach. He is Rena Run's nephew, and he's a younger guy. I think he's in his 20s, and that's why he probably went young in this league, and he knows that, So we'll give him props on that. We're going to give him a daily double.
No, he did. Oh, shit. Turns out we have our first caller. Let's see who it is.
Okay.
Let's turn off the music. Because this is such a surprise. Who's calling now? Since Mike didn't say anything earlier.
It was a big surprise.
Hey, caller. Who's this? Say your name and where you're from.
Oh, this is the champ calling from Chandler, Oklahoma, the middle of America, where it all comes together and everybody sees what actually happens in real life. It's not Hollywood made up. This is the real deal, Holyfield. We're talking one-on-one with the live line. You got a caller. We're live.
We are live. The only thing is, you're from Oklahoma. That's a flyover state.
Oh, yes.
It's called a flyover state where I come from.
Yeah, you may fly over, but last I saw, I was the champ of all your leagues, and I have not seen you win one yet.
Well, just want to remind you there, Daniel Allen, whose team is called the Allens 4. This is the Legends of Fantasy Football, and everybody has won a league at least once except for one guy.
Not me.
LA Mobsters, that me.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm here, guys. I'm telling you right now, I've been in Christian's leagues. I've been in your leagues. I've won the Syndicate of Savants. I've won the Dynasty that we're in before we started this one, the new startup. Man, right off the bat, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know how you guys let me draft the team that I drafted tonight. It's over as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, so you went with a wide receiver. You got CeeDee Lamb. You went with Jonathan Taylor, who's been injured most of his career. Dak Prescott, who's going to be a Raider next year, most likely. And then you got Pacheco, and you got Slim Pickens. How about him?
Yeah, well, when he falls to 5 and he's the number 1 target, obviously Ayuk's not going to go there. And somebody's got to throw him the ball. You got to look at the season prior to when Mason Rudolph, who's the backup quarterback for the Titans now, was throwing him the ball, and he still made over 1,000 yards. Somebody's got to throw the guy the ball.
Yeah, and I love your wide receiver core. You got Deebo Samuel, you got Tank Dell, you got Dell Computer, and you got a lot of bells and whistles there.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, he just doesn't really have a QB2.
But when it comes to trade, you pick Trey Lance. I think this is what you get for that. Very alarming pick there. Trey Lance threw 5 interceptions there in his last preseason game. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, what were the rest of his stats, though?
Nobody knows. He's kept throwing interceptions.
Well, he did run for 90 yards.
I believe it was 325 yards passing, 90 yards rushing, a passing touchdown, and a rushing touchdown.
Well,
you can get that down. Obviously, you're going to take chances in the preseason. I got to back up to Dax. If Dax goes down, that's the next.
Oh, so you went with a handcuff pick there, right?
No, well, we're all looking forward to you starting him.
Yes, and then you got Matthew Stafford, and then if he gets hurt, he's a little long on a tooth for a dynasty league. What is he? 47, 36 years old there.
I thought it was 48.
Yeah, close enough. But when he goes down, I got Jimmy G, the Garoppolo. He looks good behind Stafford.
I want to know how do you guys feel about the first 3 picks off the board being Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts? Does that sound pretty accurate?
Hey, no, not at all. I don't believe that. I watched Jalen Hurts from Alabama get cut, go to OU, not have an arm at all, go to the Super Bowl, try to throw a pass to the end zone, come up 20 yards short. The guy has 0 arm strength. Yeah, his legs are great, but the guy has 0 arm strength.
Okay, what do you think?
I'm not a Jalen Hurts fan. I'm glad, and that's why I didn't take C.J. Stroud in the 4th. That's why I went with Lamb. Lamb can put up as many points as any of those quarterbacks any week, any day.
So what do you think about co-commissioner Christian Witte's lineup there, if you're looking at the roster? What do you think of his picks?
I like the Allen and Hill, but, just going through this draft, I didn't see a lot of stacks, and I was able to get a CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott stack.
It's not all about you on this show. We're asking you about Christian's picks.
Just hold on, wait a minute now. Let the champ finish talking here. The only other stack I saw was like a
Lamar disconnect the mic from
Zay
him.
Flowers stack. So it's almost like playing with some rookies here.
Yeah, I didn't even go for like paying attention to stacks. I was just mainly focused on the board. How do you feel about the big topic for discussion? Let's just get the elephant, discuss the elephant in the room. Vincent Rufo, 4 QBs right off the bat. How do you feel? Can you turn that on?
So he got 4 right off the bat.
That could be
Pick
good.
5,
I'll drink to that.
6, 7, 8. So he ended up with 9 quarterbacks. So the comment that I posted was, I already know who's finishing last in the league. And that goes toward Vincent Rufo. Like,
whoa, that's a hot take.
Hot take,
Yeah.
Daniel.
Hot take.
Vincent getting first overall pick next year.
Yeah, if you want to draft 9 quarterbacks, then I'm going to let you hang with them. I'm not going to give anything for them. You got 9, sit there and lose. I don't care.
Well,
like, if I'm in the 11th, great, you'll be the 12th.
If I may have in the word
Right.
edgewise there, the champ, quarterbacks went down like trees in the forest last season. So he may be able to trade one of those quarterbacks to somebody who needs somebody who got hurt, somebody who doesn't have that many quarterbacks. Like Reno Run only has one starter. He has Caleb Williams. Drake May is probably going to start eventually, but Brissett's scheduled to start. And he's, that's the only quarterbacks he's got because he went on auto pick. So, but he's got a bunch of wide receivers. Yeah. So I think that Rufo may find a trade partner in Reno Run.
Yeah, he might not have the best starting lineup out the gate. He might be a little bit weaker in certain areas. But there's also so much value, whether it can benefit him this season for trades or even next season for bolstering up, getting first, second, third round picks for trading some of the, even 1 or 2 of those quarterbacks.
And just to reiterate to our newbies out there, you win this trophy will be sent from Amazon to your house, delivered when you win first place in this league, along with the monies that come along with it.
I'll be taking this
Everybody
one
gets
home.
a trophy. It's not one that you pass around in the league. Everybody gets one to keep forever. It's a daily double.
Back to the 9 quarterbacks that Vince Rufo drafted. So you're not going to get a lot of great players once you have 9 quarterbacks. You can only start 2 in this league. And people are going to understand and realize and say, hey, you've got 9, whatever, just sit and choke on them. Finish last. I don't care. And then when you go into the rookie draft, you still have 9 quarterbacks. You've got to drop somebody or do what you want to do. So I don't see the value in drafting 9 quarterbacks to make me think that I have to pay up to get a quarterback from Vince Rufo. I think it's a horrible strategy. I may be wrong. He may know something that I don't, but I'm not paying way up.
We got Vince on the other line. Vince has called in on the chat room. He says that Daniel Allen can suck my beep. That's what he just said.
So let's take a look at the guy.
He did not say that.
Let's take a look at Will Jordanson, who drafted right behind him. He actually had the opposite. He waited to the 3rd round to grab a QB, which was Jared Goff. Actually, very sneaky pick because Goff actually has the most indoor games this season. I've actually had him on my radar a lot. He's only got a backup in Sam Darnold, who will be playing and starting this year, but that's basically it for his quarterbacks. How do both of you guys feel on? He's going to have a decent, in my opinion, he's going to have a decent starting roster. But the QBs in a 2 QB league, if one of them, God forbid, goes down, he might be up what they call it, Schitt's Creek.
Oh yes.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Like I mean, in the dynasty draft that we went through with our other league that I obviously won, I was like, hell, if everybody's just going to take quarterbacks, I'm just going to take the wide receivers and the best available player. And then next thing I know, I have Geno Smith and Ryan Tannehill as my quarterbacks, and I'm like, what the hell? And I got a trade, and I sold the farm for Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, he didn't play well. Come to playoffs, I still won, but I was like, damn.
But, we're going to go to a commercial break here real quick because we don't want this video to go too long and I can't upload it. So we're going to go to commercial break. We're going to be right back with part 2. Smoke when you got 'em. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Part 1 over.